Well, hey, everybody. I wanted to just quickly jump in and introduce Chris over at PCG Tactical. He's going to be chatting with us for a little bit today. And welcome. Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate it. I love your
Yep.
hat.
Thanks. Thanks.
Cool, man. Well, hey, this is going to be nice and fun. We try to keep it fun, keep it short. But before you talk even more, the first thing I want you to do here is just introduce yourself, tell people what you do, how long you've been doing it, and if you can kind of throw in like why you do it, that'd be helpful.
Yeah. So my name is Chris MacAuley. A Marine Corps veteran, got out, jumped into executive protection. I've been doing that for the last few years. And on the side, I was doing a lot of training, pistol, rifle, CQB, that kind of stuff to civilians. And the direction that I've taken that has kind of shifted, which I'm sure we'll get into in a second. But yeah, that's what I do now. And I'm trying to get to a point to where that is all that I do is training men to be effective protectors.
Sounds like a fantastic thing. You know I'm on board for all that.
Yeah.
Oh man, well hey, let's dive into the meat of the topics here. I mean, and this could be part of what you were alluding to there. Give us like, for whether it's specific to your business or your life or, history, I mean, give us an example of an obstacle that or a hurdle, however you want to think about it, that you have overcame. Talk to us about what that is, why it came up and how you got past it.
Yeah. So the biggest hurdle that I had to figure out and overcome was, did I want this to be a hobby or did I want it to be a brand? With a hobby, it's a lot easy to turn it off and turn it back on. With a brand, I have to intentionally focus and work. So that was a big hurdle for me. Do I want to actually put a whole lot of my attention into this? And if I do choose to make it a brand and it fails, well, then now I can legally call myself a failure. Um, if it's just a hobby and it doesn't work out, then it's not necessarily a big deal, right? And I can tweak how I have that conversation with somebody. So the biggest thing that I had to, once I decided I want this to be a brand, I need to figure out how am I going to separate myself from every other Joe Smo NRA instructor type guy, right? Because what tends to be the business model is buy my course, take my course, leave. So I wanted to figure out how I can be different. Another problem that I had personally was that I wasn't surrounded by a whole lot of awesome dudes that I was like, dude, these guys will have my back and I will have theirs. Other than the people that I served with who are across the country or people close to me on my like EP team. And I wanted to build something bigger than that. So I brought the two together, which is what created the cohort. And so I just recap, figure out what, if I'm going to get rid of the hobby idea and turn it into a brand, how do I effectively separate myself from everybody else? And that came down to I need to build a culture of men that are constantly getting better. It's not a high and buy. It's not a come take my course and leave. It's a we need to get better together every single day. And they're going to be like-minded men that come into the same community to build, grow, get better tactically, get more proficient, learn off of each other. Another thing that I didn't want to do is I didn't want to posture as if I am the one that has all the answers. Because let's be real, nobody has all the answers. And that tends to be a mistake from a lot of instructors is I am Captain Guru and Green Beret, and I have every single answer in the book, right? And so a big thing that this community solved is I can pull everybody together and we can develop the courses together based on everybody's experience, which became a really new way, I think, of doing it, is using the people that you teach to actually help you develop the courses.
That makes a lot of sense, man. Then that can be applied, that sort of thought process and strategy, I guess, can be applied to a lot of businesses, even way outside of what you do. If you sell a physical product, if you, whether you're a knife maker or something like that, and you pull a group of people together to, obviously support you, support the business and the meaning behind it, just if you, let's just keep with the knife maker thing there. If you make great knives, you want to get really good feedback from, your top 50 or customers, pull them in, have them help you with information to support the next batch or whatever that is. And you get a better product, everyone else gets a better service. It's a win-win for everybody. So that's good to do. And man, what you're doing with bringing these guys together, it's badly needed in this country at this moment. So I'm really happy that you're putting your time and effort into it.
Yeah, hopefully the mission would be to build it to a point where it has a big role in changing culture and the culture of men in the household and in their communities.
That's awesome, man. And if you could take, you've been doing this and other things for quite a while now. If you go back in time to when you were just considering, maybe when you just got out of the service and kind of figuring what you're going to do with yourself, what piece of advice would you give to yourself at that moment?
Be careful who you partner with. Also, you don't need to partner with anybody. So the fear of, do I want this to be a hobby or a brand, was because I was afraid to do it alone and I was afraid to fail. That fear led to me partnering with somebody that was not ideal, which probably set me back about 2 years, because of now I have to, it's not to get his approval as a 50% equity share in the company to make any decisions. And if he doesn't want to make any decisions, then we're not progressing forward. So be careful who you partner with. And also, you can do it alone. And the way that I've done it now is I am technically doing it alone, but I have so many people around me that are helping it to move forward.
Yeah, partners are a interesting topic. Not the first time that's came up on this
Yeah.
podcast here, and I mean, it's very attractive sounding, like, oh, let's bring on someone to kind of help with the workload, whether it's, the actual work or financial side, or hey, I mean, you see where people will kind of get a partner where like they're the yin to their yang. I know, like you. It's so rare, but it's something you see so prevalently when you look at business and you talk to people. But what you don't see and don't hear is stuff like this. I mean, I've I've heard the horror stories, and I think that most individuals that have a passion for something can take something really far. We'll say on their own, but still doing like you're doing and bringing people around you and not having to, sell off any equity, but still have a good community around you to iterate off of and improve the business. So this is great, man. I think there's some, in this short amount of time, there's some really meaty things that people getting into any aspect of business should go back, hit rewind, and listen to again. So, Chris, I appreciate your time, man. This has been super helpful. And I know it's going to help a lot of people who spend the time and listen to this.
Sweet. Thanks, man.